What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Street Fighter freaking Duel video. I don't even know what number we're at now, but there's a lot. I promised you guys yesterday, the moment these events drop, content was dropping with it. It's been a little stagnant. I feel like I'm back to the old days, refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready for action, Jackson. So this video here, I want to do something that is encompassing of the entire event, okay? What I want to do, guys, is go over the actual module workbench system, okay, and explain to you guys what you should be doing, how it works, and then talk about the debuff. So first off, as you can see here on my main account, I just started claiming the actual module workshop thing, so my score is fairly low for what I should be. I should be a lot higher, obviously, with the modules. Now, let me explain to you guys how these modules work. You go to this module section, you're going to click on this little this exclamation mark near the 406k that I have. Isn't that something in America, 406k or something? Anyways, never mind. Click on that. You're going to see total stats. Workbench itself will give you these stats here. HP, attack, defense. The base stats apply to all units on your team. Okay? Then, the stats under each of these modules here will also apply to all your team. Okay? They're called inlaid cores. All inlaid cores, these ones, these ones, these ones, these ones will all apply to your team. Everybody gets that. Now, where a lot of people mistaken is they think that the actual effects are given to everybody. Well. The devs learned from the first one. Logic effects apply to the corresponding class fighters when equipped. These are the logic. This verbiage here is brand new. So starting from the blue all the way down to the green, it only applies to the class that is sitting in the module. Keep that in mind. So, next question is going to be, Payne, how do you change them? Well, you click on this little icon here, the number icon. You can go to change, and you can switch them. Now, how do you unlock these here that are locked? Well, they're time gated, okay? Which means in the Explore section and in the Demon Hunter section of the agency, you will be getting yourself stars. These stars will do two things, okay? Well, number one, they will allow you to get a more efficiency in these actual module gears that lets you level these up. And two, they allow you to unlock the different various elements that are there. Now, if it's like it was before, the top elements are your DPS elements. The bottom elements are going to be repeats of the top, but they're going to be your survival elements, okay? So as this gets more into the Quillifloth, when it gets further into that, you're going to start getting yourself tougher bosses and enemies to fight, and survival will be a little bit more key. So you may, depending where you are in the game and what you're fighting, you may need it, okay? As you can see here, my multiplier here is not working. Now, some people are getting an error that's saying when they finish the battle, something about the battle not starting. It's just an error nonetheless. It's happening for a lot of folks. Try this, guys. Some people think the solution, I don't know if this is true because I haven't had the error yet, because I haven't really been focusing on the event. I've been doing content nonstop. Try to get yourself the multiplier lower than 300% and see if that works, okay? That's step number one. Number two, this question got brought up for the E-Ryu thing, and it's happening again. As you can see here, guys, I have 3 teams. I also have 3 teams on my free-to-play account. So this is server 3. I also have 3 teams on server 432. People are going to ask the question. I'm going to answer it now before it gets out of hand. Why do I have 3 teams? Why do you have 2 teams? And why do some other people have 1 team? Well, the way it works is the newer the server, the less teams you are required because the less units you have built up. It's common. It makes sense, right? Like, if you think about it, if you're brand new, you're not going to be expected to have 3 full teams to do these bosses. So they're giving you guys a pity, and you should be only pit against people with the same amount of teams. Keep that in mind, okay? If you notice that anyone else is having more teams than you, that is a bug that happened in the E-Ryu section. Hopefully they fix that and they'll reset the charts, but last time they didn't, so we'll see what happens, okay? So that's number 2. Now, the multipliers themselves, they apply to all 3 battles, guys. If you have 2 battles, they apply to 2 battles. If you have 1 battle, they apply to 1 battle. Make sure you change them accordingly. Having 3 battles makes it a lot more difficult, okay? Just so you're aware. Strategy for her, boss skill, Jury lands 4 strikes on multi-enemies. Jury deals damage enemies within range. Viper deals damage with the back damage, usually for the furthest from her. and then she does the smash and hits multiple enemies. Exact same skills. There's no difference here. There's no hidden things about the fight itself. Okay, so it's all the same. Now I want to talk about the modules. Okay, each one. So first one, let's just erase all this, erase all these, and go through each one together. Okay, so you guys can get a better understanding of how these work, and it's very important that you guys do understand this. So first one, you start with the 100%. Okay, the multipliers are not adding correctly, just so you're aware. If you look at your final score versus what you end up getting for the actual damage that you do on the boss, they don't match up. Something's going on with the multipliers. Again, it was the same thing with Dante's event, okay? So just note that. First one here is going to increase the boss's super combo gauge restoration by 20%. 10% and then 20. Pick this one all the time. Don't even question it. Just pick it. Number 2, reduces the amount of healing received by allies by 100%. Pick this one all the time. Remember, if you are struggling with death, don't start your super combos till you build them up to at least two or three bars, or at least you do 2 EX moves. That's usually my point of contact. After your second EX move, then start your battle. They won't build up enough damage buff to actually hurt you, so you'll be okay. This one here increases boss effect resist by 100%. If you're running burn teams, if you're running any dot teams, this is going to be a bane. Remove it. Okay? You can do one at the most. For the most part, you don't want to have this one if you're running those kind of teams, though. Okay? Next one. Reduces damage dealt by back row allied fighters by 80%. Here's a little trick. The third row fighter should always be, pick this one times 2 by the way, should always be your support, and your tag fighter now should always be your C3 damage dealer. Okay? So whoever's normally your anchor, so your third unit, should be now your tag unit, and they should be the one doing the damage. And instead, your support should be your back row unit, because they do no damage, and this 80% won't apply to them. It's fantastic. It's an easy multiplier. Okay, next one up. If unleashed immediately after the first skill, reduces the damage of the fighter's second skill by 60%. This one I don't really know. I don't know if it has to be the same fighter or if it's different. So this one I'm not sure about. So take this one with, this one I have to kind of test more. I'm not sure if this applies to any fighter goes first and then the second fighter gets 60%. If that's the case, this one might be one you want to avoid. Okay, so I'll have to test this one a little more to see how my damage is with and without it. Okay, the next one. Reduces fire, electric, and soul damage by boss by 60%. If you use someone like Guile, this doesn't matter. If you use someone like Vega, this doesn't matter, right? But if you use someone like F Blanca, C Viper, T Cammy, etc., this matters quite a bit. So you may want to reduce this depending on your team. But remember that if you have 3 teams, you can adjust them accordingly for each team. So if you have a Guile team, put this on max. If you have a F Blanca team, remove it completely, right? So keep that in mind. It is going to make or break your multiplier there or your damage. Player can unleash Ultra 1 time. That's your EX move. Being able to unleash only 1 per battle. Okay, that's all this means. That's what Ultra means. I don't know why they wrote Ultra instead of EX move. Can deploy agility fighters, excluding assist position. This one is annoying as hell. You can't have agility fighters in there. So no Summer Yang, no Elena, no Cammy, no Akuma. No, Akuma's power, I think. Sorry. Trying to think what else is agility that you need. Vega, Gen, etc., right? Don't be mistaken with tech, though. You can easily check by going to the filter and finding out who agility is, but it is a really, really annoying one, okay? So I'm going to take that one off for me. Next one up. Each can only deploy 2 fighters of the same role. Attack, tank. This one, always have. Always have this one. You'll never run 2 tanks. You'll never run 2 supports in the same team. You'll never run 2 attacks, more than 2 attacks. So you'll never have 3 attackers, I'd hope, right? Can't deploy female fighters, excluding assist position. So if you have them in the main team, you can't do it. If you have them in assist, you're okay. So it depends on your team. If you have an all Wiener Fest, you're good to go. If you're throwing in some women in there, you're gonna need to take this one off, okay? Deploy at least 3 Master Infernal Legendary. So this means you have to have a Legendary, a Master, and a Infernal, or all 3 of the same kind. Doesn't matter how you set it up. They've got to be on the same team though, okay? Excluding assist position, which means assist doesn't count. They've got to be on the main team. This one can get a little annoying. And then lastly, deploy Virgil. If you don't have Virgil, you lose this multiplier. I won't have Virgil. I'm going to lose this event pretty badly because I don't want to waste my tokens getting an A unit when I could push for an SSS, right? So that's it, guys, right there. I want to go through each one of these to explain what they are. And I think I've covered pretty much all of it. Milestones, pretty straightforward. Workbench is done, nice. Can I level this one up? I can, very good, very good. And this. getting your level, I think I've said this already, maybe not, but I want to reiterate it. Getting a level 20 right away beats out having all of these at level 10. I promise you. Go back to my Dante videos and look at the first 20. The stat difference here is so astronomical that it doesn't matter about all your other 10s and 5s. So get the first one to 20 as soon as possible. It doesn't matter which one you choose because you can change the inlay, the cores as much as you want, right? So the logic effects is what they call it now. So do not waste your time going on each one separately. Push, 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 push like you're giving birth, and go to the 20 and finish line as fast as you can, and then push the next one to 20 as well too. Alright guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is a full, thorough breakdown of what you should be doing. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, and I will be doing the summon video next. And then I want to talk about the battle zones and the effect that's having on the game. Alright guys, talk to you in the next one.